See my screen right now?
Not yet. There it goes.
Okay. So we're in the final week, and I need everything turned in by Thursday night. Actually, even Thursday afternoon, I think the deadline. I have to turn everything in before Friday. So if you have something to turn in on Friday, it's gonna be too late, and you should have all your grades by then, anyways. Since this is an immediate scheduled class, you need to be scheduled for the same class. If you fail, you need to be scheduled for the following class if you pass. So that's why it needs to be done before, so that I have time to grade all the stuff. Um, so past 3 weeks, you have been working on your own framework. You basically created your own framework. And the last week, this week, you are asked to use the third-party framework, CodeIgniter or Cake or whatever language you're using. So you should be using Model View Controller framework. There are other languages. Some people use ColdFusion frameworks. Some people use PHP frameworks, Python frameworks. I don't care as long as it's in object-oriented programming, MVC, and it's using one of the databases we cover in this class or your previous classes. So what you should know by now is how to create a documentation. PRD, product requirement documentation. This is normally documentation that your boss will give you, or you will create and give it to your clients or your developers to understand what to accomplish by the application or by whatever the design or implementation needs to be done for a project. So next thing you should know by now is create a table or database and understand the relationship between multiple tables and able to make connections between tables by finding the shared ID, shared key. Um, there are other databases out there like Oracle, SQL Server, other than MySQL, but they're pretty similar. There are a couple of different syntax. Syntax is different. There are CouchDB, MongoDB. There are JavaScript-based databases out there. But if you learn one of them, and you should be able to apply the techniques you learn in one database to others as well. So other than that, the next thing I asked you guys to learn in this class, or I asked you guys to read the documentation and practice the documentation, was the MVC framework, Model View Controller Structure. And right now, most of the applications are built that way. It might be named differently. Instead of models, it could be actions, controllers, then dynamic pages, and so on. But when you look at the frameworks or somebody else's code, you will see that folders are the decision-making part of the process or application development today. So that's why we're forcing you guys to learn Model View Controller Structure, so that the person who's taking over your project, or if you're working in the group environment, the people working with you know where to find the files. Okay, so that's why we're trying to get you guys to understand the importance of Model View Controller Structure. All right. Again, almost all of you picked PHP for this month as your framework language, which is okay. Some people pick Python or ColdFusion or .NET or Java. Any of them are fine with me. I can help you with any of those. But since everybody picked PHP, I like people to use, in my class, CodeIgniter, because there's a lot of documentation out there and there's a lot of samples. Some people pick Cake PHP framework, which is okay too. I know those as well. So you have only 1 or 2 days left for before this is due. I need you guys to
I am. I don't know if he still is.
No, we can't hear you.